The Bible has a lot to say about priests. And priests are supposed to do two things. A priest represents people to God in prayer and represents God to people by speaking and acting. A priest represents God to people and represents people to God. And in the Old Testament, only one of the 12 tribes of Israel were priests, the tribe of Levi, the Levites. And so the Levites themselves pointed forward to the ultimate priest, the one who perfectly represented God to us and us to God, Jesus Christ. And as our high priest, Jesus Christ offered the perfect sacrifice of himself to restore our living connection with God. Jesus is our high priest, and through Jesus we're all connected to God. And so in 1 Peter 2 verse 9 we read this: "You are a chosen people, a royal priesthood, a holy nation, a people belonging to God, that you may declare the praises of him who called you out of darkness and into his wonderful light." Now, in the Old Testament, only some of the people were priests. But through Jesus, all believers are connected to God. And so now we're all priests. We all have the responsibility to represent God to each other and to the world, and each other to the world and the world to God. There's no one person who has a special connection to God. We all have the same connection through our priest, Jesus Christ. And this is really, really important to Baptists. In 1 Corinthians 12, Paul describes the church as being a bit like a human body. And his point is that though we're all different, we all have a vital part to play. He wrote, if the whole body were an eye, where would the sense of hearing be? And if the whole body were an ear, where would the sense of smell be? The eye can't say to the hand, I don't need you. And the head can't say to the feet, I don't need you. Everyone has a part to play. Now, Baptists believe in leadership, normally leadership as part of a team of leaders with different gifts. But the point of leaders is to prepare everyone to serve. In Ephesians chapter 4, Paul wrote, Christ gave some to be apostles, some to be prophets, some to be evangelists, some to be pastors and teachers, to prepare God's people for works of service, so that the body of Christ may be built up. So when a Baptist church calls a leader or a minister or someone to be part of a leadership team, that isn't so that they do all the work. The leaders are there to equip the whole church and equip everyone to play their part. Now, if we think that church is all about the teaching or all about the services, then we lose sight of that very quickly. Because the point of the teaching and the point of the services is so that everyone is built up and prepared to worship and serve God all the time, wherever they are. In Matthew 28, Jesus commanded us to make disciples of all nations. Jesus wants everyone, everywhere, to have a chance to meet him and to follow him and to serve him. And we all have a part to play to build up the church and to reach out to the whole world. The point of the church is to be God's family who represent him to the world and the world to him. The reason we have services and leaders is to equip all of us together to love and serve Christ in the world. Jesus is our high priest who connects us with God, and all believers are called to be priests looking to introduce the world to Jesus.